Then the magic phone rings. The phone rings. It was Howard Finkel. He said, Steve, Vince told me to give you a call. We want you to wrestle a new guy who has never been in the ring and never wrestled, ever. And he's going to wrestle you in Corpus Christi, Texas. And it was in 1996. And he goes, and that man's name is Dwayne Johnson.
You're The Rock's first match.
I'm The Rock's first match ever in front of 15,000 people. And then when I talked to Rock, he says, well, you had my dad's first match in WWF too. And he actually did an episode on Young Rock season 2, episode 8, Young Rock, cheap plug, you know what I mean? But he did it. But I met Rock, and I was driving with Rock, and I said to Rock, Rock, how many matches did you have? He goes, Steve, this is my first match. I said, your first match in WWF? Because it was F at the time. And he says, no, my first match ever in my life in front of an audience. And then we went to the dressing room. We wrote down, we talked about the match. I told him, let's do this, let's do that. First of all, they said, he said to me, we were walking with Michael Hayes down the hallway, and he goes, how's the Brooklyn Brawler going to beat me? And I turned to him and I says, Vince did not bring you all the way here to lose. You are going over. And then Rock says, going over, that is unheard of for a person's first match. And in front of 15,000 people. And I said to myself, this is going to be fun as hell for me. This is going to be so fun and so easy, it's ridiculous, because he had a great look. A great look to me, people would say that's 90%. I say it's 10%. Because I've wrestled football players, I've wrestled bodybuilders, I've wrestled guys that look like they could win Mr. Olympia, but they got 2 left feet. Now, I knew Rock had agility because I've seen him work out in the ring. So he walks into the ring in Corpus Christi. And first of all, he goes to Bruce Pritchard. He says, give me some music. And then Bruce Pritchard gives him some really crappy music. And he goes, that's the last time I'll ever ask for music. He said, he actually says it in commentary in the Young Rock. And he walks out and he just gives a generic, like, hey, and the people are going, get out of here. We don't want to see you. We don't want to see you. Go back to Florida. And he's taking it to heart. He's taking it to heart. I loved it. Not because they booed him, because I know psychology. The psychology is the more they boo you, the more they're going to cheer you. So what I did was I went in the ring and I took him to the ropes. I said, just listen to me, believe in me. Self-belief is the secret of success. And that is the bottom line. And he goes to me, Kanaka, which means friend in Samoan. He goes, I will believe you. I will believe in you. And then we did it. I took him to the ropes and I hit him once and I go, I'm the man. I wanted to throw him in. He reversed. He threw me in. He gave me a backdrop. And then the people booed him again. And he says, these people hate me. He's whispering to me. These people hate me. I says, watch the magic. And then I said to him, I says, watch what happens. Then he did a bunch of high spots where he jumped to the second rope. He did a flying press. And then he tried a showboat and he did a nip up. And then Vince got real. And they go back and they look at Vince and then Vince gets like, oh, that was kind of, and then, it was like showboating, but he was showing me his athleticism. He was showing the people their athleticism. They were booing the hell out of him. Then I kicked him in the stomach. I said, watch. I kicked him in the stomach. And then I beat the hell out of him to the point where people thought he could never win. Then I flipped him over and I put him in a reverse chin lock, which means he's on his butt. I'm on my knees. I got him in a headlock.
Yep.
Then he takes his hand and he puts it straight out. He puts his arm straight out. Then he starts shaking his hand. Then he starts raising it. Now, this is the psychology of the business that no one realizes. He says to me, first of all, he looked up at me. He goes, what do we do now? And then he says, this is where my dad taught me. This is where my dad taught me that it's not about the wrestling. It's about what the people think. I said, if the people believe in you, they are going to let you know. And you could hear us say that in Young Rock.
Mm.
And then as he's raising his hand, the people are going silent. They're going silent. And then all of a sudden, as his hand gets all the way up, we're both standing up. I still got his head. I said, now here's your comeback. Make it a good one. And then he gives me 2 elbows in the stomach. He throws me around like a rag doll, beats the hell out of me. And then I stop him. I go to throw him in. He reverses throw me, and I go for a backdrop. He gives me a sunset flip. 1, 2, 3. 15,000 people stand up out of their seats yelling, "We love Dwayne. We love Dwayne." Then they do a flashback to Stone Cold and Triple H in the back, who everybody always thought, oh, they're going to take my spot. He's going to take my spot. He's take my spot. That was the creation of Dwayne Johnson. After that, he got a contract. Then he became The Rock. And then he got confidence. He had confidence. And